Hello, my friend, and welcome back. Today, I would like to talk about the difference a day makes. And one of the most amazing things about this human experience is that each day we get to start anew. Each day is that fresh, clean slate, if you think about it. And with our with every state, emotionally, physically, mentally. You can be so physically tired one day, get a good night's rest, and wake up completely refreshed the next day. You could be struggling mentally or emotionally one day, and then the next day you feel like a totally different person. And I love this because it is that fresh start for us. It is that hope that there is always a new beginning, that there is always a new leaf to turn, that there is always, a new chapter to begin, and there is always, always, always a second chance, a third chance, a fourth chance, an infinite number of chances for you to start fresh. And I really love that, and I really feel like it's hopeful, and it can provide a lot of clarity. Like a new day can provide a lot of clarity for whatever you're going through or whatever it is. And like I said, like you can be physically like not feeling great one day, and then you could wake up the next day feeling so much better or feeling completely back to yourself. And I think that that is really, really important to keep in mind if you are going through a hard time. And I'm not saying that good night's sleep is the cure for everything, or that the next day everything is going to just magically be wonderful again, but your perspective and your outlook can change overnight, and it can change day to day. It doesn't mean that you're going to wake up feeling great tomorrow and you're never going to feel bad again. However, it does mean that you know it's okay for us to have bad days. And when you have a bad day, it doesn't mean that you have to have a bad week or a bad month or a bad year. It just means that that day just kind of, I like to call it like chalk it up to a loss. Just give it an L, let that day go, and have hope for the new day. Have hope that this experience is temporary, because everything is temporary. So when you're having a bad day, you need to keep the faith that that bad experience is only temporary, and you are going to be born into a brand new day tomorrow. Hopefully, God willing. Like, of course, every day is precious, and I don't want you to be sweeping any day under the rug that it is not precious, because in those times we are also learning lessons and growing and evolving. But however, as far as your vibration, we're concerned right now about keeping our vibration high. Not to a point that's going to stress us out, but when you're not feeling great and you're like, oh, my vibration's kind of low, like I want to be in a higher vibration, but you're really not, like I said before, steering yourself from, my lights just went out, steering yourself from not feeling that great and trying to force yourself into that higher vibration and feeling great and being happy or being joyful doesn't always work, because sometimes we are meant to feel those lower vibration emotions, because it's a message for us, and it's also processing something. You might be processing some emotions that you were just meant to release. So creating that resistance of not wanting to feel that way and wanting to feel differently and wanting to feel better is and trying to force yourself into that is not always the answer. Sometimes it's better to let those feelings be, and to understand that this feeling is temporary, and to know that it is serving you in some aspect. So bringing that into that neutral place, that like, okay, I'm feeling this way, and I'm not going to label it as bad or good. I'm just going to label it as is. It just is. And taking on that attitude, coupled with the hope for tomorrow, coupled with tomorrow is a brand new day and I could have a totally brand new outlook and I could be feeling a totally different way tomorrow, is really, I don't want to say like sustainable, it's like sustaining for you, but it kind of is. It kind of provides you with that relief and provides you with that hope and provides you with that feeling of a higher vibration of, if you can really feel like, I'm going to chalk today up to a loss and tomorrow is a brand new day, you can start to spark that feeling of hope and to spark that feeling of joy and to spark that feeling of a higher vibration. And that is so important because it's almost like when you have like a dark energy or, dark emotions and you're not feeling great and everything is going wrong, to let the light trickle in through those cracks, through the hope for tomorrow, and, knowing and understanding that tomorrow is a brand new day and can bring brand new things, that is light. And when you let that trickle in through those cracks of that dark emotion, it helps to dissipate that emotion much, much quicker. And it's okay because we have this human mind and this human pressure of go, 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 do, do, do. You have the list. Keep checking off that list. And you have that. But then when you're not feeling it one day, a lot of times, what do? We push and we force and we push and we push and we push. And that is definitely not the answer. That is the answer in our egoic mind, in our thinking mind, is keep going, push through, push through, push through. And sometimes we do need to push a little bit. However, if you're really not feeling it and it feels better for you to put the tasks down for the day, put the to-do list down for the day. That is what I encourage you to do, because we need a break sometimes, and sometimes taking a break allows us to come back better than ever. And coming back better than ever will be way more productive and way more efficient than you trying to push and trudge through something that you're really not meant to push through. Sometimes we are just meant to be, and be in our feelings, be in our emotions, be in just to be, just to exist. And it is okay to give yourself permission to just exist some days, not to be moving forward, not to be producing, not to be productive, not to be checking off your list. It is okay to just be and to just let that go sometimes. Sometimes you just have to put it down. And that is where the home comes in. So, like, I'm not saying don't get wrapped up in procrastination where you put it down and you're like, tomorrow's a better day to do it. Tomorrow's a better day to do it. And tomorrow never comes, because tomorrow actually never comes. It's always right now. You experience tomorrow in the now. But it is okay to put it down for a day or two, knowing that you're going to pick it back up in a day or two, maybe when you're feeling it a little bit more. And so I want to say one thing. If you put something down and you never want to pick it back up, you never want to get back to it, really think about the place of that in your life. And now I'm not talking about daily care, like you don't want to brush your teeth anymore and you never feel like it, so you're going to put it down forever. Or doing laundry, or, things that just help us function as humans. I'm talking about like an activity or something extra that you're doing, or a task that you have, or, dare I say it, even a job that you have, or a certain group of friends that you're hanging out with. If you decide to put that down and you never want to pick it back up, you just aren't feeling it, you just are never feeling it, I encourage you to leave it down and let it go. If it's a job, it's okay to start job hunting. If it's a group of friends, it's okay to remove yourself from that group. If it's people that are not, aligned with you anymore, it is okay to put them down and to never pick it back up. If it's an endless task of things, menial things that you have to do that aren't exactly necessary, then it's okay to leave them down. It's okay that the woodwork isn't painted perfectly. You know, we have to start really weighing the things in our life and how they weigh into our lives and what they are exactly doing for us. Remember when we talked about distractions, our video on distractions, it said, weigh, what is this giving me versus what is it taking from me? So if you find yourself that you put something down that you just find you don't want to pick up, really ask yourself, what is this doing for my life versus what is it not? And like, let's say it is laundry. Say you're like, oh, I just never want to do laundry again. Okay, take that weight into consideration. Say, okay, what's going to happen if I never do laundry again? Could I have it sent out? Could I pay someone else to do it? Could I just throw away all those clothes and just buy new clothes as I need them? So those are my options. What are the weight of those options versus me doing this laundry? And you might find like, hey, doing laundry is not worth my time. I'm going to send it out. That is worth the expense to me. And if you do that and doing that, and that brings you joy because you no longer have to do that laundry and your laundry time is now freed up for you to do what you actually want to do, then that weight is worth it. Then that is worth it. And if putting it down and letting it go for one day helped you come to that conclusion, then that is worth it. It's okay not to want to do laundry. It's okay to want to have it sent out and to justify that expense of sending it out because it frees up your time and it frees up your mental capacity of thinking like, oh, I have to do laundry. So that is just one example, but I encourage you that when you need a break and when you need to put some things down, before you pick those things back up mindlessly, I encourage you to pick them up mindfully. And by that I mean thinking about and reflecting and really, really going into, why don't I want to pick this back up? Is there another way I could be going about this? Is this something that I kind of just need to buckle down and do? Or is this something that I can do in a different way that's going to help me not feel like this is such a begrudging task? So that is what I want to talk about it being a brand new day and loving it. And this is a little bit personal for me because yesterday I was in a bad mood and I was not feeling it, and I had to put some things down for yesterday. But today I feel so refreshed. I feel I'm in such a good mood. I feel back to ready to get back at it again, and the few things that I put down yesterday I am actually now ready to pick back up, and it feels really, really good. And I just wanted to share that with you and to share that hope and to share that message that tomorrow is always a brand new day. And yes, of course, we are not promised tomorrow. So yes, it is a gamble to put things down with the intention of picking them up the next day. However, it is okay to take that break because, for example, say you put the laundry down and something happens and you are no longer on this planet anymore tomorrow, then your laundry didn't matter anyways, so don't worry about it. So it is okay to put things down with the intention of picking them up the next day, or that tomorrow is a brand new day with the hope that you are going to feel better and feel differently tomorrow. And sometimes it's not always one day. Sometimes you need a couple days, and that's okay too. But just always go back. Just don't let it snowball into, procrastination. There's a difference between putting things down and procrastinating. It's okay to take a break from some things, but it's not okay to just keep putting it off, putting it off, putting it off, putting it off, putting it off. There's a difference, and you know the difference, and you can feel the difference. So if you need a break, I encourage you to take that break, and I encourage you to have hope for tomorrow because it is a brand new day. And I want to thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Anne, and I hope to see you tomorrow.